What's up, guys and gals? It's Troy, ATXRC Productions. Man, I'm about to go to work, and we've been having some back and forth on one of the Facebook pages or groups, the main owners group from that 3DR is kind of being a part of, as well as Ian and Paul and all those guys. Loesch. People are talking about range. Lots of people's getting solos, by the way. Good news. Lots of disappointment or thoughts about range. I just wanted to put some stuff out there, guys. Look, check it out. Solo is not ever going to really be consistent on a specific range. Don't ask, hey, how much are you getting? How much are you getting? They're two different places, two different solos. You're never going to get the right answer. Let's just chill, relax, and try to understand. There are lots of mitigating factors. Whether 3DR will say it or not, they say Wi-Fi and other signals outside the 2.4 in the 2.4 spectrum, but outside of its, sorry, I point to this is not solo, but outside of its control spectrum, they say doesn't interfere. Look, we're common sense individuals. We should be, at least, and we're pilots, and we're smart enough to deduce that, yes, other radio waves, anything going on around the signal control, the video controls, video signal telemetry is going to affect it. Don't care what 3DR says. I'm sorry. Bottom line, this is an FPVLR setup. It's the basic setup. It's in fact the ground zero #1, I believe, if you ask Tony. I can tell you it's the original one just because you can tell the design changes that he made. This is not an amped unit. What this does is changes the formation of the radiation of the waves, the pattern, if you would, the wave pattern. This does make a difference. Your RSSI will be much stronger, which will lead to stronger video signal for longer ranges. If you do get longer ranges, which you should in most situations, it'll be a cleaner video feed the entire way. The dipole setup that comes on solo, there's a few problems with that. Not only is it dipole, but whatever, that's fine. When you start unscrewing them, you notice there's not any brass or even gold plating or anything. It's just poor metal connectors. To begin with, I'm sorry, y'all punked out there. I wish I would have done better and give me some gold-plated SMA adapters. That would have been great. Besides that, they're just dipoles. That's the second downfall of them. That being said, they are better in certain situations. Flying in really tight-knit areas and stuff, I would use the dipoles, close-up and all that, for really good performance without me needing to aim these. These are directional. These you keep parallel to the floor or the ground, and you aim in the direction that your copter is. It's got a pretty wide field, but it is just like visually looking. If you're looking at your copter, this should be parallel to the ground, but in the same direction of where the copter is flying. You will look at your RSSI, try not to stare at it, but watch it, and you'll learn how to aim. That being said, these are technically just as good as the dipoles in certain situations. I've proven it. I'm not even going to get into it. What should you do if you want long range out of solo? It's not meant for it. It'll never truly give it really super consistently. Just, it's not the technology. It's giving us telemetry. It's giving us video. It's giving us GoPro control once we get the gimbal. It's giving us a level of control and automation and sophistication and communication from device to radio to solo, from solo to radio to device that we haven't used or perceived to use or thought about. Everybody gets all this stuff and they just assume it's what everything we've been dealing with. It's not. It's all new stuff. I've been preaching this from the beginning. It's not what you think it is. It's not new. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's new in the way of it's being presented to us and utilized. We have to think that way. Guy up the road may get better range. I got better range one day than another day, which leads me to believe that weather plays a huge part in it. Air pressures and densities and amount of moisture in the air, all this stuff affects waves, man. There's a lot of information traveling over these waves. So yes, this will help you keep your waves happy and strong and doing what you want them to do. It's still not a cure-all, fix-all. What would be a cure-all, fix-all? How about the DSLR Pros or the DBS mods, which I'd love to test the DBS mods. Last I talked to him, I didn't ask for freebies, but I said I'd love to test them. We could work something out maybe, but he said August, so I'm waiting till August to see people roll out with them. I'd love to test one. DSLR Pros is basically the same thing. It's a patch antenna. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if DBS is actually supplying DSLR Pro. I don't know that. I just wouldn't be surprised. It would make sense. A patch antenna is a different type of antenna. Tony, I'm sure at some point will come out with helix antennas. He'll probably come out with a clover idea. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But there's lots of ideas that you could do. Modding solo is a second option that people are looking at, including Tony. I won't go there until I don't need the long range. I won't go there until I really feel like the amped version of this, which will be the biggest cure-all if you want to get close to one, would be this or a patch antenna with an amp. So I'm looking at DBS, I'm looking at FPVLR as my two guys to probably come up with the best solution. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to overpower it. Put enough amps on it, and guess what? I can fly at least 50% of my battery distance before anything can even come close to interfering with it, no matter what the distance or where I'm at. So in theory, an amp module would be the best. That being said, guys, even this and even the DBS mods one, I'm sorry, it's going to be, I'm not leaving them on. I mean, they're high dollar setups. Why would I leave this on there to possibly break this or break an SMA connector on my radio? That's just dumb. So quit trying to store it with them on there. Take it off. You're going to have to find the fancy way of storing it in your little case or whatever. I'm going to do it. I'm going to protect your stuff, man. So you're not crying on the internet on Facebook, dude, talking about, my SMA is broken, it's sad, blah. Somebody messaged me before I even got mine, showing me pictures of them breaking theirs and said, oh, and that was just finger tight. Be careful. I've screwed these on plenty good. You know why? Because I first line them up. I make sure that they're angled. They're bendable. I make sure they fit. And I'm a piece of equipment that I'm... anyway, stop. That's all, man. I just wanted to talk about that, man. Look, long range, can solo do long range? Yes. Would I ever gamble or bet on it right now, today? Nope. When I get an amped antenna, I'll put a lot more money and I'll probably be willing to bet you on some of that stuff. Until then, let's stop comparing it to Lightbridge and all that. It's never been billed that. It's been billed as up close, personal. I think 0.5 miles, 0.8, something in there has been thrown out there. I know people are getting less. Look outside, WiMAX, cell towers, all kinds of stuff just corrupting the airways or out there in the airways. Okay, guys? I'm not saying that some solos aren't having problems, by the way. We all know some are. I'm just saying, in general, let's give it a break on the connectivity and how far you're getting and all that. Let's start progressing and let's start sharing information. Post pictures of how you got the return home with the telemetry. People keep messaging me on YouTube asking how I get the numbers or how do I get the information on my screen. Touch the screen. Read your manual, man. Come on, guys. I'm not trying to preach, but all this stuff you can help us learn. Basically, that's what this gets at. Guys like me and guys that want to help, whether we're super knowledgeable or just somewhat experienced, we want to help. But we can't help if you're just going to complain about it. Give me some information, give me some pictures, give me some details. Don't take it in a tone that it's going to be negative. Who knows? You might have a busted up solo and we could figure that out in about 5 seconds if you give me a couple of pictures and screenshots and tell me just the bottom line of what's going on. Let's lose all the rest. Let's let solo be solo, man. It's getting there. It's getting there. Gimbal's coming. People say the 15th. I don't know about that. We'll see. Okay, guys? Anyways, fly safe, fly smart, fly 3DR, fly DJI. I don't care. Just fly. Fly fun, fly safe. Fly. Peace. Gotta go to work. Damn.